I'm getting so tired. I'm getting so.
Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and welcome to the show, y'all. This is the fourth episode of The Life of a Trafficker, and I really have enjoyed all of it. But in this episode, me and James, we're going to be talking about how this lifestyle that he fell into changed him and changed his wife and changed the people around him. Because what it is, for me, I want people to know and understand that it's a price for living this type of life. It's a price that you have to pay when it comes to who you are and how you see yourself and how you see others and how you treat people in the world, right? So let's just get straight to that, James, man. I appreciate you doing this too, right?
Oh, no problem.
Dig that. Now, tell me, because we were talking about your ego and how your ego changed. You got a little bit cocky, and your wife's friends saw you a certain way, became more flirtatious with you, and all of those things. And I understand exactly what you're saying, right? So that fed your ego and made you feel like somebody.
Yes, indeed.
But see, that's weird to me because, not weird in the sense that I don't understand it. I do understand it because a lot of people that I know that are in the game, they have this same issue with themselves. You're a college educated man.
Yeah.
Had a prominent job
Yeah.
at one time, was a business owner.
Yeah.
Things didn't work out, and things don't work out for people in all walks of life when it comes to business. So that's not the issue. The issue is that, the things that we think in the world that give us value, go to school, do these things, be a pillar of the community, all of that old kind of stuff, right? That didn't give you value. That's surprising to me.
I believe it's, even though it was fight or flight, some part of me was fearful. I feared the loss. Like, I got a college education. Well, if I don't be able to sustain, what good is that paper? I feared failure. That's so I was, instead of me learning the lesson of perseverance, I decided to just, I guess say, it take the easy route, but it wasn't the easy route.
No,
it was much more. The Bible says the ways of a transgressor is hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't see it that way because this came so easy for me. It was, even though I had grew up in, my mom was on drugs, my dad wasn't there. The story where you against all odds, black man.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of failure, it created this idea of what it would look like. I made this idea in my head what I would look like if I failed,
mm-hmm.
and that scared me. So I had become an enemy of myself,
mm-hmm.
and I'm making these decisions thinking that because it's easy, it's easy to cop, but it's hard to get it off. That's I'm making these decisions based on something that has no value at all. I'm not even seeing the value of myself, that the fact that you done made it this far in school, you had this job, just go get another job. I'm not seeing that. That's not an option. I'm not a loser. I play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I won. I dunk on you. You know what I'm saying? This ego is there. It's a real beast in you. I became an enemy of myself. I didn't have any street problems. Nobody wanted to rob me. None of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was more of just what was going on in me that created this distortion of the world, to where I had convinced myself this is the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I done got cocky. I don't want to carry 100 pounds anymore. That's too bulky. That's too much work to break that down and package that up and have to deal. Now let me find something else. So I get back. I ain't doing this no more. He asked me, what you gonna do? I'm like, what's up with a couple zips? He got a couple zips for what? You know what I'm talking about. So he give me a couple. I don't know what to do in this world. You know, this is, I'm calling, this is complete 100, I'm a completely 100% baby. I wouldn't even say sperm, egg, the embryo in this. I have no idea what to do with cocaine. But hey, like anything else, trial and error.
You learn.
Yeah, I already know how to drive. You know, I know how to get it to, so I get a couple and I go up there. But I don't know the streets. This ain't my world, y'all. This is, the people that deal with weed, they're different people.
Yeah.
You know, it's not my world. I gotta meet somebody. This is where TV and rap music came in and influenced me.
Okay.
Jay-Z had a song called 1-900 Hustles. And he talked about finding a chick, bad chick, and you go around town, make her your girl, and she'll do all your connection and selling, right? And that's what I did. I met her at the gas station, and I told her, this is what it is. She was Super Bowl bad. I mean, like the body and everything. Now, I'm not the best looking guy. At least I'm not that pretty boy type, you know what I'm saying? And my wife was a 10, her friend, you know, but I couldn't get my wife in it, and I couldn't get her friends in it. I needed somebody who was from the location. Because if I think she bad, then a lot of dudes bad, and more than likely she at the club. Basically, I'm just fishing. I'm on a whim. It may work, it may not. I don't know. But if it don't, I'm gonna move on to the next one. It actually worked. So I got the couple. She had a dude that she used to mess with, but they were still fooling around. And she could have flipped, you know what I'm saying? She could have suckered me in and grabbed a couple zips and, you know, went on. I ain't paid nothing but a grand for both of them. But when I told her, she wouldn't have sold both of them for $1,500. That's 3. That's 2, and it's small. Once I realized that, and then I gave her a little bread. You know, I paid her cell phone, gave her a little bread. I think I brought back $1,700. I gave her the $1,300. Now I'm like, yo, give me more. So he gave me the thing about cocaine. It's because it's small. A bird is small. You can put it pretty much anywhere in the vehicle. So he said, I'm just gonna give you half a brick. 18 ounces. It's small. I know how to drive. This is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now I can really be cocky on the road. I can smoke my weed. I can bang my, you know what I'm saying? I can,
all of that.
you know, because it's in the, you know, you don't, go ahead, you could try to bring the dog, but if the dog find it, it's a rental car. It ain't mine. I don't know. My fingerprints ain't on it. It's vacuum sealed, blah, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just rent this car. So now I got a out in case anything go wrong. Now I'm feeling invincible. So of course,
in a distorted type.
In a distorted type of way. I'm talking about, I'm still trafficking. Now, if I get pulled over and these folks want to do whatever, because now I'm no longer going the speed limit. You know, an 18-hour trip then turned to 16. I'm flying down the highway. I mean, I know where to change my speed or whatever, but I'm real cocky now because this is small. And I got a girl up there who's, you know what I'm saying, she wants to elevate. Come to find out, she was already in the game anyway. She was just moving on a smaller level. So she meets me. I need her. She needs me. Whoever she was getting with, she ain't got the fool with no more. I'm not controlling. She has her freedom. You know, it was just a match made in hell. It was a match made in hell. Because, so of course, now I got half of it. She ain't never seen this much. I mean, never seen this much coke. She done seen some, you know, maybe 5 or 6 ounces. But a half a bird, half a brick, 18, she ain't never seen this. And then the location where we was, everybody loved her. She selling to everybody. All I'm doing is sitting back. Now I ain't got to go out and do nothing, but now I really just is collecting money. And I'm talking about that money was coming. I mean, coming. but they don't see the storm that's coming behind that money. That's a whole different crowd. I mean, a whole that's a whole different crowd. There's no sleep. It's a no sleep team. When them junkies want to get high, they want it.
Right then and there.
Right then and man. Here's the crazy thing about it. My mom was on drugs.
So you knew.
I'm knowing.
Knew what it looked like.
I knew what it looked like, man. But it was moving so fast to where I'm in town a week. I'm talking about a half a bird a week. I done made great money. I'm back out of town now. The dudes down there, they like, well, we should just bring all of this up there. No, I ain't got it like that. We're not doing that. I'm gonna say, well, I'm cool. You know. No, I'm cool. They like, nah, man, cause if you did it, I'm like, no, I'm not trying to get plugged in like that. This is now. I was committed, but I was committed to my small world. I didn't need my land to explain.
Yeah.
I don't. That's I'm good.
They wanted to go somewhere.
Oh man, they wanted to go to where this is what they do. You know what I'm saying? That, and I wasn't ready to go there. So
let me ask you this question: how did it affect the relationship with your wife, making all this money?
She was fine.
She was good with it?
She was absolutely fine with it.
She knew everything you were doing?
She knew everything.
It was cool
with it because she doing her own thing. She got the whole time I'm out of town, somebody sliding in my crib. She done fell in love with dude.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's encouraging me to go out of town. She's encouraging me.
She needs you to be gone.
She need me to be gone.
Let me ask you this though, so because I'm thinking about like when you were, you're in college and you graduate and you get married, you got your house, start your own business. You were there.
I was there.
You and her were there together, struggling.
Grew up.
Yeah, grew up together. And she wanted you there.
She wanted me there.
But when you started to make these other decisions that caused you to have to be out of town, she was cool with the money, but she wasn't cool with the absence.
She wasn't cool with the absence.
So she found somebody else.
She found somebody to be cool with the absence. And I believe it happened again. I think she stumbled upon it as well as, with this free time she can go out with her homegirls. And of course.
But did she ever tell you that she was missing you? Did you have any clue at all?
No. If she did miss me, I wouldn't have known because again, my ego was.
You was gone.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got a bad chick. This chick is Super Bowl bad. and my wife. I've been with her for 7 years or whatever. But this one's fresh.
Yeah.
And she getting money.
Yeah.
And she getting it like she getting it. So again, you live this distorted. Everything is distorted in your eyes. What you think is real is not real. It's just not. That's not a real relationship with that girl. I really do have a wife, and there's really marital issues that have now begun to grow. That now we having arguments that we didn't have before. And now she's saying, well, why don't you go up there and, just be with her because she knows about her. I was open and honest. I got this girl, so now her ego has grown. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he busting her down the way she want or whatever. I don't know.
He's there.
He's there and there's an excitement behind it because I'm sneaking. So everything is distorted and I'm in it. I'm committed to it.
How is it that because I want people to come away from this with some kind of understanding of the lifestyle. How is it that we get caught up in it? How did you get caught up in that to where, because I'm sure your morals and values were different before you started selling drugs. You saw your mom, on drugs and things like that, and childhood was kind of rough and rocky. So what was it that made you feel that this was the option for you, man? I get what you're saying on all of that, right? But there's a lot of people out there that's listening to this that may not be able to see what it is that you're talking about now, the way you were not able to see it. Looking back, what would you say to somebody that's thinking that that's a solution?
There's a lot of different factors. First of all, people, their expectations.
On life?
Well, they expect you to be a certain way. They expect you to win. They expect you to have an understanding. They expect you to be understanding. So you create this persona that I have to be this way. And then I can't fail. So it goes back to the failing, because I know what it looks like to fail. I grew up in failure. I grew up in that.
You didn't want that.
I didn't want that. So what made me choose the avenue of drugs is because I was smart.
And you just made me think of something. I didn't mean to cut you off, and don't y'all get mad at me for cutting him off. I know how y'all say, Joe, just shut up and let him talk. But you just made me think of something, man. You know, we come up in these hard situations and we are told, go to school, do this and do that, and your life is going to work out. Everything is going to be fine, right? You did that, and it didn't turn out to be okay.
Yeah.
So you went to something you were not familiar with, but you may have seen somebody else doing it. It turned out successful, as we judge that, right?
Yeah.
Financially. And you just made me realize that while you were talking that maybe that's what it is for people, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the things that we're told that will make us successful, and even the way that we factor and calculate what success looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the story.
Added to that was the fact that I was just driving. So I wasn't doing the harm that the other people were doing. I wasn't out there shooting and beating folks down, and you know what I'm saying? So I didn't see myself as on the same playing field as them, but I was exactly what they were. I just convinced myself that I wasn't, but I really was. Mm-hmm. And now that I'm older and I've had different experiences in my life, I get chills at night from just having a memory of something, because that could have been the end of me. That could have been the end of James. The wrong turn here or wrong move, that could have been the end of it. And it's just so easy that to end your life in a distortion. That world is not real. And it's sad that even though I grew up in that, I grew up in the failure and seeing it. I seen them guys and I'm like, you know what? If I ever did that, if I was to ever sell drugs, I'm going to sell it on this level. I'm going to sell kilos. I'm going to have it this way. I'm going to be more like New Jack City. I'm going to be more like The Wire. I'm going to be, that's how I, saw myself. I wasn't going to be, on the corner drinking, pants sagging or whatever. I was going to go eat lunch at the 5-star, be around those people. I was going to wear the suit coat, even though I'm doing exactly, I was just going to look completely different, because I don't want the attraction or the fame or the glamour of that life. I just want the money.
Right.
But a lot of us get caught up in that, and I fell into it too, because now I got the hat to match the shoes to match the car.
And all of those things, the hat to match the shoes to match the car, fed your ego, made you feel like somebody.
Now the bad chick, her friends want me. And now I'm not hearing no. All I get is yeses. Everything's, I'm like a kid in a candy store. And the whole time I forgot that cocaine is illegal.
Yeah, it's illegal.
It's illegal. You can die. So now, as I'm grown in this business, and they want to move me higher. These people want to promote me up to, so they take me to the spot. I'm talking about the warehouse.
Trying to tempt you.
Yeah. They walking around the mezzanine with AKs. Money is everywhere. Bricks. The man has a full-fledged operation, not just locally, internationally. He is serious business. Speaker no English.
I guess.
Now I'm terrified. Now I'm I'm about to die, y'all. This is it. Like I'm scared shitless because this was not what I had planned on doing. Was supposed to be remembered to pay for a house in a liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm in a whole nother world. Trafficking and went to something well beyond what it was supposed to go in.
You about to meet El Chapo.
Man, no, this is not what it was supposed to be. I ain't no backseats, ain't no going back now. You committed.
Mm-hmm.
So, but at least I was able to reject the offer in a respectful manner and stay where I was, on my playing field. Because anything above my playing field could have brought the feds.
Yeah.
But anything above that was going to bring serious police, like life without 2,000 years. You a part of this organization. I'm just regular old James, you know what I'm saying, who grew up in the hood, I'm the one, he made it. I don't need any of that. So this whole world that I created is an illusion, because the deeper you go into it, the more you find out that it's false. There's lies, there's things that you got to do, there's things that you're going to see, and none of it is real. None of it is going to set you up for retirement. You have put yourself in a place to where you are expected 99% to either be in prison or dead.
That's a fact.
All because of you didn't want to persevere. All of that came down from me not persevering, me not picking up for what I had learned going through, high school and college, and it's like I forgot all of that, those rules to persevere through this hard time.
You got out of the game.
I got out of the game, man.
Yeah. A lot of people think that when we get selling drugs and doing all that dealing and stuff, that's the game, right?
Nah,
that's not the game.
That's not the game, y'all.
The other one is the game.
The other one is the game.
You gotta get back in the game.
That's when you have ice water in your veins, when you at the free throw line and you gotta make this shot to win the game.
Yeah.
When you just decide to kick the ball over the fence and leave,
just got out of the game.
Now you done got out of the game.
Yeah.
And you done created this illusion. Now you over there playing 21 by yourself.
What you said.
Ain't nobody there with you. You by yourself, and everything that's created is fake. Yeah. It's false. Mm-hmm. Man, I thank God being able to sit here and because there's more. I mean, when I say there's more, I have chills, but I thank him for just giving me the opportunity. Remember, I told you that I prayed and said, just guide me through this. I ain't saying I wasn't gonna do it no more, but just guide me through it. He actually guided me to the end, to where I was one in a million to actually
have an opportunity
to get out, and get out without having a record, without having probation, parole. I mean, I was able to. I lost everything: the house, the wife, the girlfriends, the car, the jewelry. Oh, I lost. The failure that I was afraid of, I ate that.
It was still there.
It was right there.
You have to face it.
You have to. Years later, that failure was still there.
It's not going to go in there.
No, I wasn't going there. So it was only inevitable. I just prolonged something that was inevitable because I needed that failure so I could stand the way I needed to stand, the way God wanted me to stand.
Right.
But the more I ran from it, the more dumb decisions I made, the more I tried to figure out, the more rap music and these things was going to influence. I remember Yo Gotti came out, and oh man, him being from my, from my area or whatever, I'm really intrigued. Oh, I'm feeling myself, and I'm illusions.
Right.
Illusions. It's not real at all, man. It's not real at all. I learned a whole lot. I learned the rules about trafficking. And I know the difference between a smuggler and a trafficker. And here's the crazy thing. I end up marrying a smuggler.
We'll talk about that another time, right? You know what I mean? But I want to thank you again for doing this, man. This has been eye-opening to me. And I hope that
no problem,
everybody out there listening, I hope that you take something from this. Again, like I say, always hit me up in the comments section. Let me know what you think about this, and you'll be hearing from us again, right? And get back in the game now. Get back in the game.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, get back in the game. Appreciate you, man.
No problem, man.
Yeah, this has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.
I'm getting so tired.